It's time for the Hampton Roads Show Rewind. Sit back and enjoy the best moments and the biggest highlights from this week's shows.
It is time to go for the cold once again at the 2026 Polar Plunge at the Virginia Beach Oceanfront, and it's all for a great cause. This segment is sponsored by Special Olympics Virginia. Ben Dorbin is the head safety diver at the Virginia Beach Polar Plunge. Sam Bondurant is a Special Olympics Virginia athlete. They join us now with what you can expect at this year's Polar Plunge. Thank you guys for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Ben, let's start with you. The Virginia Beach Polar Plunge, how long has it been going on? What's it all about? I mean, jump in the ocean, bam, that's it, right?
That's
simple as that.
Simple as that. This is our 33rd. We've been going on since 1993. I've been doing it for 22 or 23 years. And so we started in around 6th or 7th Street. Now we're at 31st Street. And it's February 6th. We have the Cool School with high school and middle schoolers. And Saturday, February 7th is the main plunge. We're going to have, about 3,000 of our best friends running into the water and getting cold. And it's all for a great cause.
Okay, so it's in 2 weeks. On that Friday, you told the Cool School, all the local high schools and middle schools, and everybody comes down here. That's a tremendous amount of energy then.
It is. It's a great time. They come, they're in their buses. They have great costumes on. They run in, they run out. They do a lot of fundraising. But it's a great opportunity for the kids to get out there and show their spirit. I love the Cool School. It's a great
The Cool
time.
School event on Friday is awesome, but here it is. This is the main event on Saturday. You're part of the Water Safety Patrol, the guys in the back. There you are right there.
Yes.
I mean, you're out in the water for quite a while.
We are. We get in before any of the plungers get in there, just make sure it's safe, and then we're out there the entire time. And so then at the end, we make sure everybody's good and safe, and we collect any floating shoes or anything. So we're about 45 minutes to an hour in the water.
What a scene. If you haven't seen it before, you definitely need to go down there. And if you can take part, definitely. Sam, you've done this before. How many times have you jumped in?
This is going to be my third year doing it.
Third year. All right, first time, second time. What's it like? Tell everybody, what's it like to jump in the ocean this time of year? You can just say cold.
It's expected to be a little chilly.
A little chilly. Right now, I checked, it's 45 degrees, the water temp, and it's going to drop probably close to 39, 40. What is your advice for anybody jumping in the ocean?
My advice is to not get in front of the line, because it'd be hard for you to turn back.
Yeah, if you're first in line with 3,000 people.
While other plungers are rushing in.
Do you love the fact that people are always dressing up in crazy costumes and outfits?
Yeah.
What's the energy like? What's the environment? Because it's a lot of fun.
Give it all you got, I guess.
Just have fun. It's
have
all about
fun.
the attitude. All right, Ben, this is for a great cause, Special Olympics Virginia. Talk about the cause and the meaning behind it, because all the money raised goes to a great cause.
It's the single largest fundraiser for Special Olympics Virginia. We support 23,000 athletes, and so it really allows us to do what we do in Special Olympics. So I mean, it's a great event. It's a fun event. It's a social event. We see the same people over and over again, and then we see new people every year. So it is a social event in Virginia Beach.
Okay, well, it is a 2-day event, and if you're not going to jump in the ocean, it's okay. You can come down and just check it out, right?
And there's a 5K on Friday.
Oh, that's right. The 5K Friday night under the lights, and then there's the big tent. So that's always heated. So it's always a place to come and warm up afterwards, right?
There's a party Friday night also under the tent.
Right.
So I mean, it's just a big social event. Great time. Just a really fun time.
And it's energy. I mean, Sam, you're a Special Olympics athlete. What sport do you play, and what do you get out of it?
I do track, I do soccer, I do basketball.
So you're multi-sport. What
Yeah.
events in track? Are you a distance runner? Are you a sprinter?
I'm kind of both. I do distance, and I kind of do a short distance.
Short distance.
Yep.
So your short distance will be from the beach to the water and back as quickly as possible. So you're going to be a bit of a sprinter on the Polar Plunge. Ben, let everybody know how they can take part in this. And if you don't jump in, which you're more than welcome to do it, you can just come and hang out and have fun.
Absolutely, come and hang out and go to our website. It's polarplunge.org, and it tells you all the events, and it's a way to sign up. It's not too late to sign up. You can sign up until the day of the event and do your fundraising, and it's a great time. So what I always ask is, as the rescue swimmer, rescue diver out there, is please give us a high five. If you go out there and plunge, we're the safety line. Don't go past us, but really come out and give us a high five. Show us that you appreciate us, and we'll show we appreciate y'all for being out there.
Charge in, hit the water, go in, high five, get out, and get into the tent and have a great time.
It's a good time.
Ben, Sam, thank you so much for joining us here on HRS. Have fun at the Polar Plunge.
Can I say a quick something?
Please, you go right ahead.
For the plunge, my brother and his good friends have done it longer than me. So on my behalf, so I appreciate my brother and all his good friends that have done it.
That's what it's all about, friends and family taking care of each other. Thank you so much for doing that. Once again, this segment of the Hampton Roads Show is sponsored by Special Olympics Virginia. Get ready to go for the cold. The 2026 Polar Plunge is February 7th at the Hilton Oceanfront Hotel on 31st Street. That's in Virginia Beach. Times are 10 a.m. to 2. Plunge time is at 1. You can find out how to register or donate. Visit them online at polarplunge.com. You can also follow along on Instagram and Facebook at Polar Plunge VA.
It's time for today's Military Minute. We're celebrating a talented sailor who has been named Navy Band Sailor of the Year. It's an honor given to the top performer in the entire U.S. Navy Band. Musician First Class Danley Coenka, a Norfolk native and alum of Norview High School, was recognized for her exceptional vocal talent and professional excellence as a member of the Navy Band's popular music ensemble. Coenka began her career in the Navy and with the ensemble in 2013, immediately after graduating high school. In 2025, alone, she showcased her talents and various high-profile events, including the White House, Easter egg roll, and the Congressional Picnic. She also sang the national anthem at NASCAR's Coca-Cola 600, gaining recognition among a wider audience. This outstanding achievement not only honors her musical skill, but also her dedication to service discipline, all while representing Hampton Roads very well on a national stage. As the Navy says, bravo Zulu to musician First Class Danley Coenka, their Navy Band Sailor of the Year. If you know of a person or unit who deserves a shout out, let us know on our social media at HRS Wavy. We'd love to feature them in our Military Minute. The One City Marathon Weekend is returning to Newport News for its 12th year. Whether you're a beginner, an experienced runner, or just want to support, it offers a little something for everybody. This segment is sponsored by the City of Newport News. Latoya Jefferson is the city's marketing specialist. Philip Jones is the city's mayor. Welcome back, friends of the show, I hear.
We love coming back on the show. We really appreciate this opportunity.
Well, I'm really glad to meet you and sit here with you today. I'm excited to learn about this because I didn't even know this was happening in Newport News. And if that's you, we got all the answers for you right now. So what is One City Marathon and why does it matter to the entire Hampton Roads area?
So I'm a runner, so I try to get out there and run every single day. And what I would tell everyone is that this marathon is more than just a race. It's a time for our entire city to come out, for our entire region. For those who want to qualify for Boston, it is a Boston qualifier that is smooth and flat. So we want everyone to come out. Did I miss anything?
And you get to see the city, all of our landmarks.
Talk about some of the landmarks you get to pass during the marathon.
Well, you get to see the, Lions Bridge.
Beautiful bridge.
And you get to pass Christopher Newport, which has a beautiful campus. And you're just going through, it starts at Newport News Park, so you get to see parts of the park. And our half marathon as well starts at Mitchell High School, so you get to see half the city if you're doing the half.
So this is coming up at the end of February, so if you're like, how can I possibly get ready? I know there are apps and things like that to get you trained up on the inside, doing a little bit every day. It is 13.1, right, for a marathon?
You can round it up, it's fine. Yeah.
No,
a marathon is 26.2.
Oh, 26.2, that's, I'm thinking 5K.
Half
marathon.
Yeah.
See, who's not a runner? Who's not a runner? Raise your hand, that's me. If you guys could see me, my hand will be raised. But this year you are inviting people that maybe are like me, that don't want to run, that can power the hype. So talk about that. What does that mean, Latoya?
So powering the hype is our slogan for the year for the city. So this is a community run. This is a community-led race. All of our events are built around our community, and this is, of course, our way of inviting everyone to come and see Newport News. So we're powering the hype. Our community powers this race, so we want people to come out, cheer us on, cheer on the runners, and enjoy all the events that we have happening during the weekend.
So you're gonna have hype stations as well.
Yes.
Talk about that,
Yeah,
Mayor.
so what I would say is that Newport News is a community of love and a community of belonging, and we need everyone to come out. So it doesn't matter if you're not a runner. You can come out and pass out water and volunteer. We have a kids run, a 5K, a half marathon, a full marathon. So whatever you want to do, it's probably going to be a warm day. I'll see what I can do. I'll talk to the guy upstairs, see what we can do.
Call him up.
We'll see what we can do.
And
But we need everyone out there.
The hype stations are for communities. So if you have a nonprofit organization, a fraternal organization, a civic group, it doesn't matter your church. We want you to come out and join a hype station. You just sign up on our website. We have about 14 stations that need to be filled. So please, please, please come and sign up for a hype station. And you bring your hype. Bring your hype as people.
And what does a hype station look like? Should they bring like signs, horns? What do they need to bring?
Noisemakers, your voice, DJs. It's a party. It's a party on the road. So that's what we want. We want you to bring your party to the road.
There's nothing like being hyped up when you're exercising anyway. So like I know a good hype song will keep me on the treadmill.
Yes.
So imagine your friends and family in your community just cheering you on. So they need you. They need volunteers. So how can people sign up?
You can go to onecitymarathon.com to sign up to volunteer, or you can go to the City of Newport News' website, nnva.gov/OCM, and you can sign up for a hype station there. You can also learn about our pop-up events that we have. So those who don't want to run, we have all of these events happening before the actual race. And they're health and wellness events. So they've been packed every time we've had them. We had line dancing, we have salsa dancing, we have cooking classes. We actually have one on Saturday, and we have a celebrity stylist and image consultant coming if you're trying to get your look together for the new year. So you can come out. That'll be at Main Street Library at 10:30 on Saturday. But we have them all month long in February as well. So just visit the website. It's on our website.
So basically what you're saying is do believe the hype on the City of Newport News. You guys have a lot of really amazing things going on. Thank you, friends, to the show. Thank you for coming to join us today. This segment is sponsored by the City of Newport News. One City Marathon Weekend is happening Friday, February 27th and Saturday, February 28th at City Center, and Sunday, March 1st at Victory Landing Park. For more info on the race and to register, visit onecitymarathon.com. You can also follow along on social as the handles on your screen.
Welcome back to HRS. It's time for today's Community Connection. Join in celebrating the artist and vision of young creators at the 5th Annual Black History Month Emerging Artists Exhibition. It's hosted by Westminster Canterbury on Chesapeake Bay and allows artists to showcase their work while competing for scholarship awards. Ellen Duckworth is the sales director at Westminster Canterbury on Chesapeake Bay. Ayanna Graham is an NSU student and artist. They join us now with more. Thank you for joining us here on HRS.
Good to see you, Chris.
And before we talk about this beautiful piece of work, Ellen, tell us about the exhibition and how it came to be.
Well, this started very organically 5 years ago, because this is going to be our 5th event, and it was a group of us sitting around with the Artist Gallery in the Vibe District, trying to understand how we can be more inclusive as a community. And the idea came up by talking with young people. You know, why don't we just start engaging with college students and open up the door for conversation? And so we realized that Professor Solomon Sikajay is also an incredible artist and works with the Artist Gallery as well. So we reached out to Solomon, and then the idea came up to celebrate Black History Month by allowing and having students from historically Black colleges and universities come to our campus, at Westminster Canterbury, and display their artwork. And then the Artist Gallery jurors the work, and then the students win scholarships based upon the winners of the exhibit. But what's even more exhilarating or wonderful are the conversations that you have with the students, to hear their perspective on where their pictures came and what inspired them and the change that they would like to see take place.
And Ayanna is one such student. We see some video right there and your work right here. When did you get interested in art? Tell us about this piece and what this means to you to be able to show it off.
Yes, I have been in love with art since I was 3. According to my mom, she could not get me to stop drawing on the wall, so it was just history after that. And this piece is titled Red. I actually made it during my undergrad years. I went to VCU Arts, and yes, About this work, it's about picking yourself up like in your darkest moments. So that's where the third glove comes in. But yes, at the exhibition, it was an amazing experience to be able to connect with the other artists there and to learn their creative processes. One of the things that I really enjoyed seeing there was the photography, because I haven't thought too much about using that as a medium, but I got to meet other photographers there, other artists as well. So it was a really great experience.
And this one, you won second place last year, right?
Yes, I did.
Congrats on that. Okay, Ellen, talk about the showcase, what people should know if they want to participate and see some of the works.
Absolutely. Well, we want you to please come and attend. It's going to be from 4 to 6, Thursday, February 5th. And you can get more information by going to our website, wcbay.com/events. You can also just call us at 757-496-1785. I have to say, though, we have so many different forms of medium. It's a great opportunity to come out and not just see paintings, but sculptures and photography and even pictures of murals that have been done on sides of buildings that are being proposed for exhibit. So it's really very exciting. It's also an opportunity because for the entire month of February, the artwork will be on display, and individuals can come through the entire month of February and vote on their People's Choice.
Oh, nice.
So at the end of the month, there's an additional scholarship awarded for the People's Choice selection.
Excellent stuff.
Yes.
Well, art, we're all enhanced. Our lives are much better because of
Yes.
the art and works by like yourself, Ayana, and all the other artists that are at this show. This looks great.
Thank you so much.
Once again, the 5th annual Black History Month Emerging Artists Exhibition runs through February 5th through the 27th at Westminster Canterbury on Chesapeake Bay. That's in Virginia Beach. For more information, call 757-496-1785 or visit wcbay.com/events. And all this information will be on our website, thehamptonroadshow.com.
We might be right in the middle of winter and it's cold outside, but our next guest says he can help you plan your vision no matter what time of year it is. This segment is sponsored by Easton Outdoors. Micah Miller is the managing member. He's here with some inspiration for your backyard, no matter if it's cold, hot, snowing, wintry mix.
That's right.
Anytime's a good time to revamp, huh?
Yeah, I mean, almost any time. I mean, the thought process in timing would be making sure that it matches what events you might have coming up in your yard, or maybe you're just somebody who just likes to sit out and enjoy the yard. So not waiting until spring actually happens and you're out in the yard to try and make something happen, but instead try to time it with the apex of spring coming so that you can actually enjoy it rather than waiting till after the season happens. So that's kind of the idea of why I'm wanting to be here right now, is encourage you guys, if there's a part of your yard that you want to be able to enjoy come spring, now is the right time to think about it so that spring isn't here and now you're on a wait list waiting for it to happen.
Yeah, who wants to do that? I want to enjoy it now. As soon as the weather breaks, you're like, get me out of the house.
Right.
So, okay, so why revamp the yard? Why is that important?
Right.
You know?
Yeah, so this particular project that we're looking at today, we've done a lot of different phases in this yard already, and they wanted to you make their yard a little bit more usable. So we already had some stepping stones you can see from these photos here, and we extended those stepping stones deeper into the yard, and we created a fire pit area. And so the idea with this fire pit area was there's a little bit of a swampy, unusable area here, but we also positioned it so far away from the house that when you're back in that fire pit looking back at the house, you kind of can see the whole house and you're kind of tucked against a little bit of that landscape, and as that landscape matures, there's things blooming. So the thought process in this particular one was give yourself a cozy fire pit, but we didn't build it in, so if they want to flex with that space and put a table and chair out there, or if they wanted it to be, you know, just a fire pit area, they can take the fire pit and have it in the middle, but kind of could be a little bit of everything in this space. But it's a hard surface, you're not tracking mud, we put the stepping stones through the lawn and then kind of put a landscape around it that just makes it feel, you know, like a special space and not just you're sitting out in the middle of your yard and you know, just feel like you're exposed on all sides.
Well, you know, I love a fire pit because I feel like that's one thing you can use all the time, all year round, whether you want to get out there in the fall, it's a little crisp with a little fire, or if you're out there in the summertime, then it becomes like a bonfire.
Yeah, and people think Yeah, and I frequently see people think like, okay, fire pits are for the fall, but 3 kind of seasons you'd use a fire pit, right? You've got your fall, which is typical, you know, roasting the marshmallows, kind of like the fall activities.
Right.
But then think kind of springtime. The idea is when there's a little bit of a nip in the air, that springtime fire pit does a really good job. And then, you know, when you're in the summer, the smoke helps a lot with the mosquitoes.
Oh, wow, yeah.
So, you know, do a little bit more of a smoky fire. Don't get a big rager in there, but do something that burns just a little bit lower and kind of keep it smoldering. And that smoke will help confuse the mosquitoes' scent so they can't just get right to you and find you.
No, that's good.
Yeah.
That's the reason
Very
for me
good.
to make my own little mini. All right, so what was the timeline for this one?
Yeah, so this particular job, what you're looking at was 2 days. So 1 day to put the hardscape in, 1 day to do the landscape around it. Very easy in and out for this particular
You
project.
guys are quick.
Yeah, we try to be. We
Get
don't
it
want to
done.
disturb you guys more than we have to.
And just so you can get out there and enjoy it, right?
Yeah, that's right.
We're going to pop a QR code up on the screen right now. If viewers want more information, go ahead and grab that smartphone, point it at those black and white squiggly lines. That's the code to get more information. How much did all of this cost is the magical question, Micah.
That's right. So everything you see here in this picture was $10,300. Landscaping, seating wall, and the pavers with those stepping stones.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, and so what other types, do you have different sizes, different options for fire pits?
We do. So if you go to our website and you just click on the Getting Started link, you'll see underneath there's what we call fire features.
Okay.
And I have pictures of all the different fire features also with pricing right next to them. So if you just kind of want your basic built-in fire pit, I've got pricing there. But if you want like we have these cooking pizza oven style fireplaces where you can do whatever you want. You've got griddles and pizza ovens and rotisseries. Like I even have those on there. So there's a good wide range of fire features that you guys can pick from.
I love that you guys have it organized that way and that you're so transparent about the prices. So that's
Absolutely.
really, really great. All right, once again, thank you for joining
Yes.
us. We love having you here.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks for joining us on the Hampton Roads Show, Micah. This segment of the Hampton Roads Show is sponsored by Easton Outdoors. They're located at 550 With Creek Road in Poquoson. Give them a call at 757-262-3232 or visit easton-outdoors.com. Check out more photos on social media for inspiration. They're on Facebook and Instagram at Easton Outdoors LLC. Home remodels and renovations are always a great way to make your home more functional, modernized, and beautiful. But what if you don't have a budget to do a whole renovation? Our next guests say there are small things you can do to update the home and still get a lot of impact. This segment is sponsored by Hardy Homes Interior Design. Ashley Hardy is the owner and lead designer. Alana Vega is a design assistant, and Han Conway is an administrative assistant. They join us with all the suggestions on how to revamp and update and upgrade your home on a budget. So, Ashley, can you share a bit with our viewers on the options to do if you're looking to save money?
I think home renovations and kitchens and bathrooms are always a great idea. If you have the budget to do that, I say go for it because it's usually a wonderful investment for resale. If you plan to move, you also get to enjoy your house while you live there in a more modern and updated version of it. So if you have the money, I think that's fantastic. If for some reason you don't have tens of thousands of dollars right now to put into a remodel, there's some excellent ways that you can upgrade the look of your home and get a lot of impact without spending a ton of money.
Yes.
Yes.
So, Han, you know, I know a lot of times you look at pictures, like I look at TikTok all the time, and I look at people's events, or I look at people's their home design especially, and I'm like, I could buy all those things, but it's something else a little bit going on. I see lights, it's about lighting, right? So tell me about, what are some of the great lighting tips for any of you?
I think lighting is magical. Lighting is not just for function and for safety and for doing tasks. It's also a great way to get a lot of impact in your house and make the scale of your room seem a little bit grander and nicer without a lot of money. So that's one way that you can save some money but really make a big impact, and just updating your outdated lighting, getting some designer lighting in there that gives it a little fun aesthetic.
Yes.
You can make it more traditional, you can make it more modern. There's so many great ways that you can do it. If you work from home, just changing your lighting can change your focus. It can prevent you from getting headaches. At night, it can create a mood and help you to calm down and relax a little bit. So it really, it can enhance more than just the look, it can enhance your life. And so it's a great investment in your home regardless.
I love a good light.
Yes.
A good light fixture is great.
Yes.
Alana, what would you say are some other ways to get a great impact in the home?
Yeah, so one of the ways that we do that is through custom window treatments.
Yeah, so window treatments are a fantastic way to upgrade the look of your home. Window treatments can make your room look taller if you've got lower ceilings. You can draw your eye all the way up to the ceiling. Window treatments can make your room feel a little bit softer if you use like a woven texture, some natural elements that kind of soften the room a little bit. Shutters are a great traditional way to add some crisp lines and to really upgrade the look of your home as well. There are some tricks about measuring for custom window treatments, and that's why it's really important to get a designer involved when you make these types of investments in your home, because depending on what type of window casings you have, the depth, the window trim, you might have to outside mount it, you might have to inside mount it. You can make some mistakes by the height of your curtains because you haven't taken into account the rod size or maybe your crown molding, things like that. So I would always encourage you, if you're going to spend the money on custom window treatments, to really seek out an interior design firm that can help you not make some of those mistakes.
Yeah, because you don't want high water curtains.
You don't want, yeah, there's a lot of mistakes that people make, and it really takes a professional sometimes to get in there and assess before you make that investment, because it is an investment, but it is the quickest way to change the look of a room is some window treatments. A lot of times people design their house and they can't figure out why it doesn't click, why it doesn't look finished.
Right.
And a lot of the reason is because you don't have custom window treatments that truly fit your space, not just for aesthetic, but for function. Do you need privacy? Do you need light filtering? Do you need blackout for some reason? These are all things that designers take into consideration. And same with the lighting. We do the same thing there. We want to make sure that you've got layered lighting.
Yes.
You've got floor lamps, table lamps, chandeliers, sconces, and they're all used for different reasons. And not a lot of people look good in downlights constantly. So whatever you can do to kind of take that harshness off, and everybody looks better in some great lighting, right?
So,
yeah.
And Han, what would you like people to know?
So we know that every project is unique, every client is unique, so their design needs are unique. We've thoughtfully created 3 services that we offer to our clients. So not only do we do full service design, but we also offer our design services for a whole day, which is called Designer for a Day. And we also do what's called a signature design session. It's a 2-hour in-depth chat that you can have with Ashley Hardy herself and one of the assistants here, where we'll go over anything that you want to go over in your home so that you can get the design guidance that you need. And yeah, Alana can tell you more about what happens next.
When you call, I'll be the one to answer, and we'll go over all your design needs and questions and concerns. We can't wait to hear from you.
All right. Well, you got that QR code on your screens right now. Make sure you click that, punch your phone at that QR code so that you can get all the information from Hardy Homes. Ladies, thank you so much for joining us on the Hampton Roads Show today. This segment is sponsored by Hardy Homes Interior Design. For more design suggestions and to find out how they can help you with you creating the dream space, give them a call. The number is 757-834-4452, or visit them online, hardyhomes.com. You can also follow them on socials at Hardy Homes. We'll link you to all this information on our website, hamptonroadshow.com.
Welcome back, everyone. It's time for today's Community Connection. Virginia Beach police officer and former Marine Sean Lindmeyer has made it to his mission to serve the community. But in 2023, Sean was diagnosed with an aggressive form of cancer. Since then, he's endured multiple intensive treatments, and while some have shown encouraging signs, his journey remains uncertain and ongoing. Master Police Officers Chelsea Lindemeyer and Katie Tassa are with the Virginia Beach Police Department. They join us with more on an upcoming fundraiser and how you can support the mission. Thank you guys for joining us, and thank you for taking care of one of your own.
Yes, sir.
This is an important mission. Katie, let's start with you. Talk about the mission, what it's all about.
You know, being squad mates with Sean, we're just doing everything that we can on the K-9 unit to kind of try to help him and his family during this difficult time, you know, trying to afford his care out in Charlottesville while his family's back here. And then Chelsea here is his sister-in-law.
So you can add to it. How's he doing?
He's doing all right. He had some positive news the other day. He had stem cell treatment in October. Last Saturday was day 100, which is about the safe zone for everything to go well. And his donor cell did take. He's about 96% donor cell acceptance, which is a really good thing. But he's just had some setbacks with some minor infections and side effects from the stem cell, which prevented him from coming home at day 100.
Katie, what do you want people to know about Sean?
I mean, he's lived a life of service being a Marine, and then now being on the K-9 unit, our job is to support our zone units, our precinct officers that are out there doing the work. So everything he's done has been for other people, and now, you know, we have a chance to help him. So I think just him being a guy of service.
We'll talk about how you can help, but when, Chelsea, when one person has cancer, it affects the whole family. It affects everyone that's surrounding them. What do you want people to know about the support that he needs and how everyone's holding up?
Yeah, so we have a pretty large family that can support him and all of that, but currently him and his wife are living up in Charlottesville, and his son and daughter who go to school in Chesapeake are back here, so us as a family are stepping up to help with that. But just showing support, this event that we've put together on February 7th to just show his support, know that he's not alone in this fight, and that we're willing to help him wherever that may be, and asking the community for this help, since, you know, he has served his entire life in a uniform serving the community. We'd like the community to kind of give back and help him at this time.
All right, let's talk about the event. Katie, what is the event all about? And we've got some things that you can show your support. Talk about the event first and how people can help out.
Yes, so February 7th at Pups and Pints, which is on London Bridge Road in Virginia Beach, they'll be hosting us. It'll be from 1 p.m. to 5 p.m. We'll be selling shirts. We'll be selling some silly pints here with the logo that has his officer code. It has the K9, his most recent K9 Rico on the back there. So you can show your support by coming out. It's a family-friendly environment. There'll be food, drinks, there'll be some games, and everything will be in support of raising money for him and his family.
So you want to pack the place?
Oh, absolutely.
Get as many people as you can. You know, to take care of somebody who's taking care of others. Chelsea, why does he serve? I mean, as a Marine, now as an officer, I mean, it's just sort of ingrained in him to do what's right for the community and those around him, right?
Yeah, that is his nature. He has the never give up mentality and wanting to help, you know, other people be better and help people in a time of need. And so that's why we're here to kind of help him in his time of need.
And that's what you guys do best. Our first responders take care of others. Now it's time to take care of one of the first responders who needs it more than anything.
Absolutely.
Right, Katie?
Yep, absolutely.
This is kind of an easy mission for you guys. Let's do something for Sean.
Yes, 100%. He's always willing to help anybody who needs it, so now we have the chance to help him.
All right, Sean, stay strong. We're thinking about you, and you can help out any way you can. It's an important fundraiser. It's for Officer Sean Lindmeyer. It's happening Saturday, February 7th at Pups and Pints. That's in Virginia Beach. There will be a live raffle, music, canine demonstration, and so much more. For more information on the event and Sean's journey, visit the site on your screen or scan the QR code that can be seen right there. Send a donation. Do what you can to help out a family in need. We'll also link this information on our website, HamptonRoadsShow.com.
You've worked hard to build what you have. Now it's about protecting your assets and honoring your wishes, no matter what happens.
Finding the right estate planning lawyer is your first step towards building that security. And there's a lot of things to consider as you do. In this segment, sponsored by East Coast Elder Law, I visited with certified elder law attorney Shannon Lehman Pecoraro to find out what sets them apart from others. Seeking legal counsel is one of the most important decisions you can make as you age. We're talking elder law with Shannon Lehman Pecoraro, certified elder law attorney and founder of East Coast Elder Law. Thank you for joining us here on HRS.
Thanks for having me.
Let's start with the basics. What is elder law?
So elder law is really planning for both death and disability, but I always tell people it's taking the estate planning practice kind of one step further and looking at how we finance long-term care additionally.
You mentioned estate planning. What's the difference between elder law and estate planning?
It's really looking ahead and kind of that middle period of life where we need to pay for care because we can't pay for it on ourselves or on our own. And so what happens is we have to look to the Social Security system, the Medicare system, the Medicaid system, and understand how all that plays together to be able to provide a resource to our clients.
So you mentioned a couple of those areas. What are some of the main areas that you also tackle when you do elder law?
So estate planning, so just basic wills, trusts, and estates. Probate, so what happens after you die, making sure that all of your affairs are taken care of. Guardianship and conservatorship, so sometimes it's too late to do the planning, and as a result, we have to get the courts to step in, and so that's where the guardianship comes in. And then long-term care planning, how do you pay for that care when you can't care for yourself?
This can be very complicated for the average person, and you work with each individual on a personalized plan. Why is that so important to the clients that you work with?
It's important because, number one, they know that the plan is for them, right? This is not a one-size-fits-all practice area. I have to look at their family dynamic because they could have exceptions under certain regulations. I also have to look at their assets and determine, where everything needs to go, kind of like a little puzzle. And so no puzzle piece looks the same.
What's the biggest misconception when it comes to elder law?
The biggest misconception is that it is one size fits all, right? That basically what worked for their neighbors are going to work for them, that it's super easy. Unfortunately, what happens is that people get to me really late sometimes, and then I've got a mess to clean up in terms of whether or not it's nursing home placement or whether or not it's repositioning the assets.
There are plenty of attorneys out there that will draw you up a plan, but you are a certified elder law attorney, which doesn't come easy. What difference does that make?
It allows for a client to understand that they're truly working with somebody who understands what they're going through, right? The way that we get our certification is that we've got to take an exam. It's a very difficult exam, and only about 30% of the people who take it pass it, is basically what's been reported back to us. Then we've got to be peer reviewed, so that means other people in our industry know and respect what we're doing. And then on top of that, we've got to demonstrate to the board and the membership committee and everybody else that we have practiced and done so many cases in each of the areas of elder law.
So we're going to pop up a QR code on your screen right now. If you want more information about East Coast Elder Law, point your smartphone at the code to get that information. Last question for you. What troubles do people face if they don't have a plan in place?
Usually it's what the defaults of the law have set for us, right? And so in terms of estate planning, that's where we get into the guardianship, which unfortunately is more expensive and time consuming than had we just gotten estate planning documents put in place. The other thing is sometimes it's too late to do anything, and so whenever somebody is passed, for instance, I can't clean up, like especially in blended family situations, or if there's joint ownership that's completely disrupting a plan, I can't fix it at that point in time.
And one bonus question for you. What type of peace of mind do your clients get when they have a plan put in place?
So it's interesting because I actually get to visually see my clients' stress and worry go away after usually our initial meeting, because I am able to navigate the burden of not being financially responsible for their loved ones' debts whenever somebody's passed, making sure that my kids aren't going to have to go through what I went through, or even better, not having to figure out how to pay $10,000 to $12,000 a month for long-term care, especially if I've got a married couple.
All right. Shannon, thank you so much for joining us here on HRS.
Thanks for having me.
This segment is sponsored by East Coast Elder Law PLLC. They are located at 160 Newtown Road at Suite 201. That's in Virginia Beach. For more information on all the services they offer, give them a call. The number is 757-734-7584. You can also visit them online, where you'll find lots of resources and helpful links if you're navigating issues involving elder law. Their website is eastcoast-elderlaw.com. You can also follow them on social media.
Welcome back. This is Senior Living, a special edition of the Hampton Roads Show, providing a person-centered approach to personal or at-home care. That's part of the mission of our next guest. They work hard at making life easier, safer, and more fulfilling for seniors and individuals with special needs. This segment is sponsored by Cherished Home Services, LLC. Brandy Finley is an administrator with Cherished Home Services. She's here to give us advice on how to navigate medical home care. Welcome to the Hampton Roads Show, Brandy.
How you doing?
I'm good. I'm excited to learn more about what Cherish offers. So first, talk with us through the timeline in applying and receiving for Medicaid home care.